global forum. If there is someone, especially if there is a mic, and you raise your hand and I try to see you, we can take some question from you. Do we? Yeah. Do we have a mic for Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ahmad, Shahidov. I'm a human rights defender. I want to address my question to all panelists. So how do we see the perspective of living together of Armenians and Azerbaijanis in Nagorno-Karabakh and in another occupied territories? Because, as you know, there are more than 30,000 of Armenians living in Azerbaijan right now, and Azerbaijan has enough experience of living together with another ethnic minorities. But what about the Armenia? As you know, Armenia is monolith country, and 28% of population in Armenia are ethnic Armenians. How do you see the perspective of living together with Armenians in Nagorno-Karabakh? What should you advise and suggest for both of sides? Thank you very much.
We get only probably a quarter of a question that was related to...
So let me...
Yes, it's channel 3.
Yeah. Let me try to respond to the part of the question that I could understand. Yeah. He mentioned the Nagorno-Karabakh dispute and the social inclusiveness, the lack of the relationship between Armenia and Azerbaijan. As I said in my remarks, Armenia needs better relations with Azerbaijan a lot more than Azerbaijan does. If you were to look at the national interests, economy, and future prospects of Armenia, they should do their best to find a compromise and somehow put their differences away with Azerbaijan. But they can't. And the question is, why not? If it was an independent country making decisions on its own, it would have. Unfortunately, decisions are taken out of Armenia. Decisions made in Moscow, Paris, Ottawa, New York, Los Angeles, by the diaspora and by some countries that have leverage over Armenia, is hindering the interests of that country. That country has been taken hostage by some international capitals and its own diaspora. If you look at the global conflicts, today the Karabakh issue should not be that difficult to resolve. But unfortunately, there is no will. If there was such a will at the international level, the Minsk group would have delivered something in the last 2 decades. But the Minsk group has delivered nothing. Zero. They just go around and blaming countries in the region, but those who are supposed to find the compromise are actually the sources of the conflict, I think. So this question has to be raised again in the capitals of United States, France, and Russia, what the Minsk group has been doing and what it plans to do. I hope the United Nations can interfere and give the responsibility, take the responsibility from the Minsk group and give it to the Alliance of Civilizations. I assure you, Ambassador Nasser and his team could achieve a solution much faster.
Dr. Moratino, do you want to say something about this? No, Dr. Moratino. The last name is closed.
Well,
I remember first time I came to this fantastic country, this marvelous city, Baku, was when I was chairman OSCE. You know, when you are chairman OSCE, you come to try to preside over a big organization, 56 countries, and you are briefed by your collaborators. And they told me there is what we call frozen conflict. What I say, what? Frozen conflict. Yes, like Nagorno-Karabakh. I have to recognize that being from Spain, from Europe, I don't know too much of the region. I was a bit struck. So I made my first tour to the region. And I stopped first here in Baku. And I met with President Aliyev, who received me. And he was very clear. I'm talking about 2007, so already practically 10 years ago. President Aliyev gave me a very clear message. I'm ready for a just and reasonable peace with my neighbors. And that is the time. I'm ready to start a serious negotiation. And you can use all your mechanism of your good offices to try. So I went back, I went to Armenia, and I conveyed the message. And then they found a very reluctant, I have to say, attitude. Here I really found the wish to make a final settlement. And there I found some doubt, some obstacles to really make a final breakthrough. So I think time has come for making not a frozen conflict a hot conflict, is to make peace. And I think Azerbaijan has all the legitimacy to defend the territorial integrity that as we Spaniards we all will defend, and we will be backing your country to this endeavor.